We're back, guys. Had a little break, but now we're here with some more action between two exciting teams. Cobblestone, going to be a great map to watch as well. SK on the T side have that heavy utility thanks to Fallen. He's going to have that double flash smoke to play off of. And already we see SK starting to swarm this B bomb site. Skadoodle from afar just pops that first head though, and nothing removed. His Shroud finds another. Automatic's flank has already taken two, and that's the bomb to go down, leaving it just on coldzera.
Yeah, he's stuck in E-Box. Not much he has going for him, just a Glock, as he'll get triple peeked, and Shroud will take down Cold. And instantly enough, C9 have beaten SK recently. Go back to the Subaru event a little while ago. On this map, a map that is almost as good as C9 are on it, you have to favor SK in a map like Cobblestone. It just fits their playstyle. They've been really good on it and really deadly lately. So for C9 to pick up the W on Cobblestone and actually winning Subaru 2-0, gives a little leadway to them going into this BO1 possibly, as a clean push around comes out, as C9 will buy up the typical as many UMPs as they wish, and they'll solo M4 and Automatic, who doesn't want to get caught out by these SMGs and armor, or UMPs and armor, excuse me, and he is just going to fall back to safety on the corner.
Yeah, immediately he senses that threat. You know, it was definitely stampeding his direction, SK having those 4 players over towards that A site. They've actually decided to re-engage to the bottom of mid, and now Skadoodle comes over here to bolster the defense, boosting Automatic onto Humpty Dumpty. He's going to be able to hold that angle, keep his eyes towards lower, and wait for SK to start to close that distance. Now SK's still holding on to the double smoke, so they should be able to put up a wall before they execute forward. But again, the umps and M4 of Cloud9 will certainly hold the advantage. The 2 smokes come raining over as Automatic surprises them from above, swaps to the sidearm as Fallen trades one back, and Skadoodle does the same, spotting the bomb and leaving it down to just coldzera and Taco 2v4. Taco now attempting to trade as he's lost his teammate and finds himself alone, throwing away the M4, holding to the Tech 9, but they're going to go retrieve that.
That was super smart, because they don't... C9 starting to swarm on them. So 2-0 C9, they lose 1 member, they retrieve the M4, so not too much damage dealt to their economy, while SK are going to have to take a save here. And interestingly enough, Cold actually goes all in. Now, he did only have just slightly over $2,000, so he is going to go all into $300 bucks. So that's a Tech 9 and armor buy here from Cold, while everyone else is pretty much going to be full saving with just some P250s.
Man, we've seen a lot of these kind of catalyst. Yeah, we've seen a lot of catalyst buys today, where you just have that one player vamped up on some kind of a buy. NBK does it twice earlier today. It's something that can generally work out if that player is able to find some kind of an opening. At the same time, coldzera could get shut down as easily as the rest of his team. I mean, it is sure some Kevlar and a Tech 9, but not much to work with in the face of the rifles and umps. But Stewie gets a bit of a surprise as he rounds the half wall, takes one to the face and drops to 20. Nothing. Opening up shop over towards Long A, however, takes that 5v4.
And Cold is still looking for something here towards drop, hoping someone peeks from E-Box. I think in about 20 seconds, he is going to drop down there. Skadoodle's going to try to shut down mid, finds Taco. Easy second one, while Fallen will dispatch of nothing towards Long A and pick up a UMP. As Cold will just hang around, drop, and his patience will get rewarded. He catches Shroud, pushing aggressively down plat in towards T-Apps, and that frag will go the way of SK, as now Cold's looking for another one towards the site, and that is a weak Stewie back pillar there.
Yeah, damaged earlier on. Stewie, gets flicked on. coldzera with reaction times of the gods. Hits that flick, and near a second, but Automatic's taking him down, so Fallen as well will fall. Automatic just holds that angle, predicts the peak, and takes the bomb carrier out. So Cloud9 find that 3-0 start that you'd assume they would off of the pistol victory, but this is SK's chance to bounce on back. They're going to grab the AKs for the most part, and Cold, having bought in the previous round, will still have his ump.
And what I found really interesting about that round is how much damage SK were able to deal with only having just upgraded pistols. Dropping 3 players, that's 3 rebuys, as the rebuys will come in, 1 UMP on nothing. Cold content to go into a UMP himself. The farming meta is still pretty relevant, as Taco's going to get flashed. He's going to peek from flat. There's one player coming towards stairs, and nothing wins that duel with some good movement with his UMP, and just missing a couple bullets is Taco, and he'll get punished for it. There's a good timed smoke from Automatic. He's going to play in the back of it. Good spam in from Fur. Will clean up nothing, assuming he was going to push forward for that rifle.
Yeah, he gets a little fixated on the AK and gets caught out by the gap. So now it's on to Automatic to try and hold, but Phelps just jumps through, takes the headshot, leaves it on Ska, who will find the first. Fallen's gone down, but as Ska is within the smoke, he has to reposition. Phelps still behind the stables, trying to push into the A site with that bomb carrier nearby. He's going to see Skadoodle, but Skadoodle wins the duel, and that's a man advantage now for Cloud9. Still the terrorists split as Fur does creep up mid. coldzera still over towards drop down, but the bomb's gotten behind enemy lines, and suddenly they could just collapse onto the B site. Stewie nowhere to be found, seeing as he's pushed up from Plat, so this bomb could go down without Cloud9 being any the wiser.
Look at Fur casually walking in, not making a peep, and now it's not going to be on Cold to come help him out almost in the situation. So he'll flash himself an E-box. He will check his corner. So they've kind of swapped spots here, where Stewie is pushed all the way aggressive down Plat into B apps, and SK have just fallen silent when they get onto B, so it's a free plant. But they do have Stewie in that money position towards Plat, where he's going to be able to push up, catch one of these players off guard, and if he times it well with the players coming out through connector, it should be a clean retake for C9.
This is a bomb plant that never should have happened, but thanks to Fur's ability to sneak in from connector, they've done it. Still a 3v2 retake here for Cloud9, but Fur playing around the rock drops. Shroud taking the frag, leaving it just down to Cold, who takes down Stewie first and foremost, swapping to the second as he finds Skadoodle. It is just Shroud on 46 health, and coldzera wins that 1v3.
Who else? Who else to get it done? The man who even went into this round with only a UMP gets a massive 1v3 play. And what was a little thing to note there is when the flash came over from Stewie, they actually saw it coming. So the player at Rock was able to dodge it, deal damage to Shroud, and then Cold got all the info there. It's 2 connector, 1 Plat, and they C9 peeked him one at a time, and it was easy from Cold. And now this buy from C9, it's just going to be 2 M4s, a mag, and 2 CZs. Now, we know how deadly the CZs from C9 can be towards Plat. I've seen it done multiple times by them. They love playing by Broken Wall and getting into these cubbies. But if SK stick to the game plan, you'll see that getting mollied out, and if not hard cleared.
Yeah, they have the full utility, so there's no excuse for SK to not check those corners, especially knowing, of course, that Cloud9 didn't have many players moving forward on each of the rounds they won, so the money has been low, and they know this at this point. Still, the Mag 7 can be ever so deadly based on the positioning. Fur has already been able to drop himself into drop room, and he's trying to clear these corners, but it's Shroud as well to tuck himself into the corner, and hope, of course, that it goes unchecked. Taco's Molotov forces the peak, but Stewie gets away with this. Sitting on 8 points of health, he falls back to the site, and Shroud from his corner takes Fur. Now we see SK trying to really push into this bomb site. 2 heavily tagged players still standing on Cloud9, and again, those guns ever so deadly. Fallen with the op finds one, but the shotgun reveals itself, and that's automatic with the next. A 4 versus 3 here for Cloud9 to play with.
Cold. Content to still sit top drop, give some time for Phelps to work out towards Plat. He's going to catch nothing towards lane. Shroud and Stewie are heavily tagged. 19 and 8 HP. As SK have 1 player in drop, 2 coming out from Plat. They're going to boost Phelps up so he can get to tree and try to safely clear the site. And allow for the bomb to go down. He will clear properly. He'll find Shroud in the open. As Cold upgrades his weapon, through will come Stewie. As it leaves it all on automatic. Now in a 1v3, the bomb is just going to get planted momentarily. Although the one thing automatic has going for him is he hasn't made a peep.
Misses the flick, and that'll cost him his life. Taco not missing his shot, and SK bouncing back from what could have been an awful round. I mean, you see both of those players who fall back with low health. They're no longer trying to take those aggressive peaks. They're no longer trying to take the fights. And it's within that moment that SK can assert their health advantage, but also the advantage of their guns. Because you see them just slow down the pace of the round and sniff out the players from Cloud9, it's relatively easy for them to close that one out. It was within the chaos in those initial gun duels that Cloud9 could have just taken a little bit and then everything had they continued with the aggressive fights, but they don't. They have to stop because of the health, and now they've got nothing to slow SK down. With the double Mac 10, they try to lead the charge towards B. Fur finding 2 already as Taco takes the 3rd, and now automatic bouncing back thanks to that op. He's already got 2 frags into this one, and it is still Cloud9 at a man disadvantage. Make that none. 2 quick kills from SK to seal the deal and tie the game at 3 apiece.
And the ops back over to SK's hands, a weapon they don't have to put any money into it. They can just throw that over to Fallen, and Fallen has a super good spawn here from Plat. Like, he's going to be there in seconds flat to hold for the peak. We'll see if C9 elect to do it, and it looks like Skadoodle is going to go for the M4, so they won't have the op pressure towards Plat for C9, didn't have the money for it, and Fallen's going to beat them there and just be posted on Plat, hoping from C9 peaks, as we know C9 loves this aggressive Plat play, but they also are content to sit in sight if need be, when their buy is not as superb as they want it to be.
Great smoke grenade denies Fallen from obtaining any info or even a pick there. Shroud continuously just playing close to that drop down. And it's exactly there that SK are trying to pry for some kind of an opening. Molotov to the left, keeps any peek from happening. Fur uses the opportunity to possibly fall down here. It would be a great chance to take this map control if he were to choose so. Meanwhile, the rest of SK trying to get at A. It's automatic again to shut this down. He's been doing a great job of controlling these lower doors. Fallen fired off, has nothing to say about it as Phelps goes down for free.
And Automatic's now going to change up his positioning towards long A. While SK start to fall off from the B side of the map, looking like they want to transition a little more towards the A site, where Automatic is going to get himself up towards hay bales, and I think he wants to peek this. He's going to catch Fallen, so nice double kill already in this round from Automatic, as he's going to have pressure coming up through dangerous stairs. Now, if SK challenges one at a time, it should be easy for Automatic, who is going to peek into this. Can't win that duel. Fur will finally shut down the monster that is Automatic into that round, as C9 have a man advantage, and rotations are already come through from Skadoodle.
Yeah, Ska and Stu already sitting to the back of the site, so SK are going to have a really hard time of unrooting these two players. You can see how the Molotov goes wide and doesn't force them out of the position. So now SK, with no utility, are going to try to use the height advantage here. They boost over Humpty, clearing the corners and trying to push towards the site. Now Skadoodle's been spotted and lit down to 41. That's where Fur now takes the frag as Shroud finds one of his own. Stewie reveals himself from the depths of the site, and he will deny the plant and the round as Cloud9 take back their lead and move on to 4.
Now, those rotations were super smart from Cloud9. They didn't want to push up to APC or challenge from back APC or even get in sight and immediately look for duels. They were extremely content to just tuck away in the site, knowing they still had 2 other teammates behind Connector and rotating out of B. And Stewie can just sit there as long as the day allows him to. And Skadoodle's the one to peek first and get dealt with, and then Stewie just has that surprise factor of being back site. C9 play those rotations perfect, not too aggro, but aggressive to the point where it's a perfect bait and switch. And now into this round, SK will be 1 AK less and no op going into it. It's a quick play for them.
Nothing's boosted high, so he uses the verticality to find the opener. Stewie doubling down to the head of Taco. There's the peek from Stu once more as he takes the second frag to his name. Phelps dropping as well, leaves only Fallen 1v5, and he's going to do nothing about it. Able to at least grab Stewie. 1 kill here for SK, but Cloud9 already starting to fight back into their lead, and it might extend even further, seeing as SK have no cash.
Yeah, it certainly might. We could see SK invest here, and it's going to be Cold again to be the man to buy up. He did have more cash than his teammates. He buys to 1250. And we'll see with the loss bonus. So it's going to be 3-round loss if they lose this. 24 hundo. Yeah, arguable. It's not too bad from SK. It's been a lot of interesting buys. And that's 1 AK on Cold can really change around. He gets an entry. The other 2 players with armor get a gun. Next thing you know, it's doable. As Automatic is just going to play it safe. He heard some sound cues. That'll send him back. As C9 have pulled a player over towards A to help him out nice and early.
Couple of nades here to block off Taco's access. Automatic just keeping himself crept in the corner. Still nothing really being shown here from SK. It's not as though they've thrown any kind of utility, not too predominantly anyways. They still have that 1 flash on Fur, but it will be Automatic to find Taco first and foremost. Falls back with 6 points of health, so only a sliver remains. And he's going to try to re-engage at middle. Again, we've seen him have some impact down here in gun rounds and pistols aplenty, but Skadoodle's going to have to support him, seeing as he's on such low health.
Phelps, finally the smokes dissipate, so he can peek towards Plat. But SK are going to walk contact out towards mid here. Not even a flash. And they are going to pretty much on max positions as they wide swing on it. And Skadoodle doesn't get a single frag. There's the AK chiming out. That Fallen was able to pick up. And Shroud drops into the site, though, back out a balcony. Stuck in his own smoke as he's going to try to fight out of this position. Instead, he will only get 1 for his troubles, leaving it all on nothing. Was 2 kills already. That's bomb, but Fallen. What a ringer from sight. Will catch nothing peeking. And SK, with 1 AK invested, will sneak out with a round.
Yeah, that's a round they really shouldn't have won. Again, the Catalyst rifle on Coldzera gets tossed around amongst the players, and it's enough to take Cloud9 out. I mean, nothing there towards the end's got the Molotov, 20 seconds on the clock, could just burn off the bomb, but it's while he's exposed that Fallen capitalizes on the opportunity and crushes his skull and connector. 5 AKs for SK in this one, the double ump setup from Cloud9 with an op on Skadoodle, and immediately SK are going to pick up the pace, getting Fallen towards platform thanks to the flash and smoke as well. Taco dropping takes the first, and suddenly it's down to 2. Now an engagement going both ways here as nothing lights up Fallen, but ultimately falls. 5 versus 3 as Shroud feels the heat. He'll take 1, Taco trades down to 3 HP, and he too tumbles as now it's just Skadoodle.
And he hears his A flank coming, so Skadoodle has to be careful. He knows Phelps is right around the corner. Sound cue, no scopes on point. And Skadoodle is just going to now tuck tail and try to save this up. Well, the bomb is on Fallen's back and rotating towards the site. Skadoodle may he's thinking about poking Prong towards the door, maybe to find a frag on the way out. Try to find someone peeking. That could be Taco in the situation. Decides to peek up towards Silo and up towards the position of Skadoodle's thinking about falling back to Nerder, but if he holds his own, no one from SK should be able to push him without at least having some pressure given from Skadoodle's position. But SK will tie us up at 5 rounds apiece. As if Skadoodle can save this op, that's going to be extremely valuable to C9.
Again, we saw the power of a single AK.
Yeah.
So imagine a single op. You can couple that with the pistols as well. Here comes Fallen, though, walking into the crosshair of Scott. Easy cleanup in that case. Still 2 terrorists out there, one of which is hunting on A, but Skadoodle keeps himself tucked away. And that's perfect, right? He needs that op moving forward. Again, the money from Cloud9's not going to justify the buy. If they try to go Kevlar pistol, then it's going to just be Skadoodle with a primary. And again, you can take that gamble, but so early on in the game, you don't want it to ultimately come back and bite you. So SK will have the advantage of guns, and no, they do it.
Reasonable.
So why not? Cloud9 decide to invest. I mean, they've got the round 3 loss bonus after this one, the $2,400 on the table if they lose. And they have that 3 pistols, 1 UMP, and the op on Ska. Now, each and every one of these players has to find impact in this round. It's not just going to be one guy coming up big with a clip of CZ. They need to all ensure that they deal damage, take a kill, or at least gain enough information with their death to justify going down.
Early rotation from Skadoodle, who was towards plat early. He's going to transition to mid and just stay posted on it. Where SK have done some early spamming. They are just going to hold off for now. Automatic was playing close long A. He elects to now just fall back, meet up with a teammate. That is nothing. And just set up on this corner. Automatic's playing danger. Nothing's going to be playing long. They're waiting for someone to come around the corner. Phelps will be first. Automatic swings first contact. Nothing swings, but he has a flash to make the repeat. But Fur already pushing in there as Nothing's going to try to hunt him down. But shut down from Coldzera. As Skadoodle from APC, the op's going to have some impact. He has Fur, but no one was watching mid, which gave an opening for Taco. To just shut down the op that got carried over.
Yeah, Shroud's made it to the back of APC, and he still has that ump to play with. But until his reinforcements arrive, it's essentially 1v3. Again, Shroud rounding the corner, but he too gets denied. Taco with another headshot leaves it just down to Stu. Had nothing hit that P250 shot, then it would have been a 5 versus 3 for Cloud9. Automatic would have had cover as well from the back line, so this buy could have worked out. But at least Stewie's got his hands on enough. Spots a man towards Stables, and that's Taco. Who else? Who now finds the 3rd kill in the round and puts SK back in the lead.
Yeah, good T-side now starting to come out from SK. They've kind of broken the hump that is C9's money. C9 did just go for a risky kind of buy around the op. They're going to have to go for a half buy with upgraded pistols, maybe a sprinkle of utility on top. So you'll see a couple nades, smoke, upgraded pistols. Stewie goes for armor behind it. As SK just going to go all eyes towards outer yard, towards the A site. Send 3 players towards the long A. You'll see the pop flash, then you'll see the walk around the corner. Pretty similar to what we saw previously in the previous round for the most part. And that is going to be the exact play. Flash mid, send Taco out, 3 players towards the long A as Fallen supports him from behind.
Nice quiet creep here from SK. Not trying to force the issue, still playing together here. They've got the rifle advantage, and now once they get close enough, they're going to pull the trigger. They start to pick up the pace here as Fur catches Skadoodle midair, smoke grenade to block off connector, and they need to clear the site, but Phelps already dealing with rotations goes down. Stewie preemptively taking that fight with the CZ and shifting this back to that 4v4. Fallen with the eyes on behind is able to drop yet one another. And Automatic still on the site here, could get some situations, but oh, a second dink. He's taken too low. Bomb's fallen, 50 seconds, but he is going to get caught in the open here. Molotov pops behind him, and coldzera with his sidearm will seal the deal.
7-5. Only one rebuy having to come out. That's going to be Phelps. While C9 are going to go for the buy here. Op comes out on Skadoodle. He'll get a smoke behind it. Rifles for the rest of his members. They'll have one Molotov, so they are lacking a bit of utility when it comes to the mollies. They do compensate for picking up the nades, though. This round, again, SK is going to show us something different. We've seen the default with some A pressure. We've seen a little bit of plat, cold holding drop. And this time it's going to be more of a B-heavy kind of setup. More attention given towards drop, and one player aggro pushing towards plat early. Stewie is going to shut down Phelps or Shroud from E-Box. 2 quick kills for him as C9 start to lock this one out. Fallen and Fur have to fight back, and Fur through connector lines up both of them, will clean them up as he is in a 1v3, has to ace to pick this round up for SK. As C9 have done a good job of shutting down the plat and drop room pressure simultaneously.
Now we watched NBK win a 1v5, so anything is possible. Fur creeps through the smoke and drops nothing as well, so he's got a tag Shroud and a full HP Automatic. But no bomb to play with. Still plenty of time, a minute on the clock. And the frag grenade, had that cleared the second room, could have taken out Shroud and left this to the 1v1. Oh, he's dropped it, so it's just down to Shroud, who needs another kill, but Fur with a 1v3 ace. Fantastic round from him, and SK remain in the lead, again, just breaking the bank of Cloud9.
I mean, what can you really say about that? A couple missteps from C9 giving Fur an opening. He found the first 2 engagements that went his way, and then that site just immediately opened up and became kind of his world where he can navigate around. And he ended up finding both players, a nice pre-fire towards E-Box, which caught the full HP player, and then Shroud was stuck in a corner tagged. What a play from that monster, as it's going to be 8-5, and now that was C9's door back into this half, and instead SK just slam it back on their face.
What a sick round as well. You think when Cloud9 get those first opening 3 frags that it's done with, but Fur had already gotten behind them and plays from the rock for the opening 2. Just great stuff from him. Nothing, however, gets aggressive and finds himself the AK. I believe that's a dink through the box on coldzera that drops him ever so low. Automatic again aggressing from lower A. Not going to find anything this time other than a death. It is still SK with a man advantage, although their health has been dwindled low.
Fallen has done a great job of walking out towards long A, not being heard. So his teammate Phelps will die in mid, but Fallen is still just continuing this walk up forward. I don't think he got spotted by the player back APCs. They still don't know Fallen's here. Now the question is, can Fallen get eyes on it in a C9 player before they spot him? And I think Shroud actually has an idea now.
Yeah, Fallen just doubling back. Spotted. But he's gotten around the corner, so that's at least something to play with. He's going to make a lot of noise as he starts to just keep these peaks ever so close to the walls. Shroud's in a prime spot to drop him down, and now he's got an op versus 2 tagged opponents. This could be the round that Cloud9 slip through with. However, SK standing side by side. We've got a disjointed Cloud9. Stewie with the CZ, though. He's finding the near first frag. coldzera takes the headshot, and Shroud has to clutch.
Nothing like a crouch peek to find that frag. As Shroud's going for an interesting wall bang there. Now he can get it done on the CZ. A bullet apiece will pretty much get this one done. It's through the smoke. He's testing his luck. Now, I don't know if they're going to let Shroud go for this. It could be a safe call, actually. Without having a kit and has an op in his hands for round 15, I think this is going to be a safe call. Otherwise, Shroud probably would have been in through connector already. It's looking a lot like it as he's going to play for exits. So that's going to be, it'll be max loss, but it's more important almost in round 15 to have that op for Skadoodle 100% of the way.
Poor Shroud. That would have been a really nice opportunity for him to go for that clutch. Had he had the kit, then maybe he can justify it, or even an AK, some kind of automatic weapon.
Or someone to peek him, at least, but they're so reserved in the site.
As they should be. Such low health there from the 2 remaining players on SK. Great idea to just stick themselves together, play drop down together. I mean, when Stewie having that at CZ up close and personal could have easily sprayed them down, but the crouching wide peek pops his head and allows SK to take the site. So 5-9, double digits still possibly on the table here for SK. The Brazilians with a successful T-half so far. Double up setup from Cloud9, and Shroud opens up again. I gotta say, he's been doing a good job in drop down so far.
He really has. He gets that initial molly, and Fur, instead of just falling back through the molly, he just decides to aggress and try to catch Shroud with another nade in his hand. And that's another opener for C9. Thanks to Shroud locking down drop, Taco's going to try to go for a little bit of a big game hunt here towards Plat. One frag, and you'll see him possibly either commit or fall back, depending on what SK told him to do in the situation, where he pushes out towards Plat by himself. Now he does meet up with a teammate, and immediately Stewie through the boxes takes down Taco. Nothing immediately pounces to find Phelps, and all of a sudden this round kind of gets shaken up from SK.
Yeah, they're at a 3-man disadvantage. coldzera and Fallen still remaining, trying to split into the B site, but Fallen gets dropped thanks to the fire. So 43 points of health puts him at a disadvantage here, and Stewie seals the deal.
Wow.
coldzera 1v5? Absolutely not. Nothing through the smoke, takes that final frag, and Cloud9 with a 3-point deficit versus SK at the end of that first half.
Convert the pistols. They string 2 rounds together, so they don't get a reset immediately. And then C9 or SK come back and just string those large portions around. You know, that all in all, that was not a bad CT half from C9. Yes, it could have been better. Yes, they could have avoided some economy mishaps and missteps. Like that interesting force buy where they had to save the op, force bought the pistols and 1 UMP around it, which granted it was a close round. If they won that, may have changed the tide. But all in all, not a bad half from C9, as they're going to be coming into this one with a scoreline of 9-6. And utility, I imagine, is going to be out on nothing, I believe. I think he's usually the utility kind of guy.
Nope.
Nope, Skadoodle. I'm a tool. It's okay. Every tool has a purpose, Cry.
That is too true. Skadoodle trying to give it a bit of cover fire there. His automatic retreats back. Fur crouching on the half wall as well. Just trying to spot targets as Cloud9 creep their way through A. That bomb starting to transition its attention towards the A side as well. So what looked like an initial B play with a 3-2 split has started to shift ever so slightly to the opposite side of the map.
That bomb starting to transition as well. The back of Skadoodle. Now they do still have a smoke and a flash. So see Skadoodle either A, line up that front APC smoke that I've seen them throw before, or just go with the standard connector smoke. It looks like it is going to be the latter, as the smoke's going to fall out towards connector. The simple one that you go for, the basic. But Fur and Fallen are kind of in this crossfire position to shut this down.
Yeah, nobody's going to be pressuring from lower A, but there's a man in connector now dead. That's automatic, trying to get that flank to connect. Fur as well with a headshot here as nothing responds to Fallen. Nothing in Shroud in a 2 versus 4 as the bomb will cross the site. Nothing's gone down, and Shroud creates some space. He wants to get that cash flow, but instead he takes the fight, and that just costs him his life. Fur with another will put SK on double digits, and they start off the CT side on the front foot.
Now we'll see how much C9 are feeling comfortable to invest into this, and there's been a pattern that I've talked to a while ago when we did some online dueling stuff, where some teams will only buy upgraded pistols without armor to allow 2 rounds after losing pistol of upgraded pistols, which I think is actually a really strong and underused strategy when it comes to it, because your opper then can buy 2 P250s and still be comfortable with it, or just your opper full saves and your team just gets 2 rounds of upgraded pistols. It's something that's becoming more popular, at least in the matches I watch, as Shroud hits a ringer. Goodbye Taco, he just ran his bell. It's school's out.
Phelps tags slightly as he drops Stewie to 14 points of health. Goes for the wide peak as well and softens up Shroud. Half of his health gone and his teammate as well. As Phelps continues to fight, coldzera takes his place as both players tagged here, and a third has fallen as nothing's dropped by Fur. Automatic gets out into connector. Skadoodle elsewhere on the map with the bomb still. Automatic trying to fire off of that Tech 9. All 4 players lit and one of which now dead. This is a very winnable round, but Ska gets clotheslined by coldzera, so Automatic has to do it all. Not a lot of health to work with, less than 50 on the 3 remaining players. Automatic near through that fire, and it would have killed the man in Cubby, but instead he hangs on, and he's going to fall back, looking to re-engage elsewhere. Now the bomb's in the possession of SK. They still have the gun advantage and the numbers advantage, but this is unarguably a possible clutch.
Yeah, he also picks up a smoke on the way out of there. So we could see him even just throw a smoke connector and just go down drop room, hoping that no one pushes through the smoke for SK if they are on the B site playing Rock, for example. But it looks like Automatic is just going to walk into drop room, try to find a favorable engagement here, which It certainly isn't his odds if he's able to spot him first, but no. Cold holding the angle, automatic, not ready for him to be to the right by the boxes, as SK will get 11. But certainly a close round that C9 could have shifted in their direction, could have turned that boat around. Next thing you know, it is 7-10 instead. But reality, it is 11-6. SK will buy back up, as C9 are going to have to wait until next round before they get the rifles out.
At this point, Cloud9 with much less to play with. I mean, that last round was quite competitive, but they had the Kevlar, they had the Tech 9s, and this time it's double P250s. A trio of Glocks. Taco again tries to aggress from plat. But nothing's presented just as of yet. Nothing in Shroud towards long A, where Fur lies in wait. Standard 3-2 split here from SK.
Yeah, first corner now is actually, if he tucks into that cubby, you can actually look down danger. So that's why he's playing it kind of offset. Not only that, but he won't get spotted from danger and can wide swing at a moment's notice for those two players. It's less of a tight angle for him to play, as Taco from Plat going to spot that player far back in towards B-Apps. That's Stewie. SK looking good to get number 12. C9 have no utility. They have a lone B250 and Glocks. And Taco is going to clean up Stu. As Cold going to do what he does best. That molly burning him through the wall, but it doesn't matter. As his teammate, as well as Cold, will clean up those 2 kills. So 12-6, you'll see a full buy now from C9. It will include an op on Scoodoodle. And it's going to be interesting to see where they're going to send Scoodoodle to get the pick. Are they going to tell him to just sit and hold Plat for X amount of time? Is he going to get aggressive towards mid? Or is he... There's so many options, really, what to do with an Opera on Cobblestone on the T side.
Especially an Opera with an AK.
He didn't buy it, did he?
Nope. Decides to get that full
So my
utility.
point is irrelevant. It's okay.
5 AKs, not going to have to have Ska posted on an angle. Instead, they can just use that unit-based play, try to trade frag, and keep up the momentum towards either of the sites. Shroud's been tasked with anchoring towards B, creating a bit of a ruckus and somewhat of a distraction. But for the most part, Cloud9 with their sights set on A. Pop flash into lower. That's going to allow for them to take the map control, and it's Fallen with an op to find the headshot onto Stu, first and foremost, as he falls back to the site itself and awaits their push.
And he's just going to fall safely back. What a shot, though, from Skadoodle. As Shroud's going to find a second, and now Phelps is looking for a way back to the site. I think he is just going to wait for his teammates to rotate over. So Skadoodle doesn't need the op to find the entry. Phelps is going to come through Nerd Room. He will catch Shroud with his back turned. He trusted automatic, as Phelps has time to now reload. Let his teammates continue to transition over. As he's opened up this site, nothing's going to be holding. From mid up towards Connector and Nerd Room. But no one's really going to show face yet.
Coldzera still on Balk, has Phelps side by side. 3 versus 3 with time ticking quickly, but now it's nothing. Who trades it back thanks to Coldzera. Coldzera continues to clear these corners, but automatic comes out on top. Taco towards the site, going to tap the bomb once. Gets the peek from both tees, and he finds the first. It's going to be Skadoodle with the op up close, and as he tries to retreat, Taco to chase, and both players die. A sweep across the board as everyone goes down, but Cloud9 with another round.
Expensive.
Absolutely.
Extremely expensive. C9 would have loved Scooter to get out of there with the op, or anyone to survive with any weaponry whatsoever. And now this buy, SK's buy is going to be far superior than C9's in the sense of firepower. A Galil, 2 Galils, 3 Galils. I'm not used to seeing as many Galils. So 3 Galils, a Tech 9, an AK, and SK back to their lovely double op setup that they do so well on the majority of maps they play. And that's a missed smoke that allows Taco to peek this. They have to be so careful as Taco's going to re-peek it. I believe that is Shroud stuck back in the corner, maybe calling for a little bit of help.
Yeah, and the help arrives in the form of Phelps as Fallen finds a pick elsewhere. He drops Ska. We still got the 2 Galils and the Tech 9 trying to close the gap towards that A site, but they've left the bomb behind, so any real estate they gain will not include that bomb carrier. Stewie with the sidearm dropping 1 as nothing does the same. Coldzera able to trade back, but he too low on 1 HP. This is a man advantage for SK. But still a chance for Cloud9 as Automatic's been able to creep his way towards B, where nobody currently waits.
He's going to clear the corner, make sure no one got aggressive from SK. And nothing's looking for something towards the A site. Cold is heavily tagged to 1 HP, and they only have 1 smoke left on the side of SK. And the same goes with C9. As they're going to swap it up. Automatic will pick up the op. Nothing to the AK. They are going to counter boost here. So I believe that is Cold on his 1 HP is going to get into the corner. So if even it gets 1 frag here, that's a mission complete. And there you go. He gets nothing. Stays alive at 1 HP. Automatic in a 1v3. And he will catch Cold pushing with the timing.
Automatic just pushing right through it here. Just
Okay.
no problem
Going
making
A.
noise. Gonna try to go to the B site, but it's up close that Taco kicks in his teeth. One of those ops gets grandfathered forward. 2 rifles as well. SK on 13, Cloud9 still stagnate on 7, and again they have no money. So this is looking like SK trying to walk away with a big lead, trying to close this out in a convincing score, and Cloud9 forced to go for the bye.
Yeah, you're down 13 to 7. You're almost on in kind of like a double save situation here. So they'll invest in what they can, the nade, the flashes, the 2 double smokes, and Fur's going to push you with an MP9. Of course he is. And he's going to sneak right underneath Automatic's nose. And he should have a clean kill on Automatic. Unless Automatic has more info than I've alluded to, but no. Fur's playing it smart, looking for someone else. Is he going to... Of course he is.
Oh!
Okay, that almost got really awkward if Automatic was able to turn around. But he will clean up the knife in the end. So sneaky play from Fur. Gets some free money as Taco and Chicken Coop will have just pretty much a heyday here.
Fur's able to find another on the SMG. Taco's dropped another on the op. Now it's just Shroudy trying with the Deeg. And try he will until he dies. Flawless round from SK. All 5 survive. I like that Automatic doesn't even react to the first knife. No, like, you know, spontaneous 180. No attempt at the flick shot. Just absolute confusion as to why his health is gone. Cloud9 having to buy with more Tech 9s and a couple P250s. They've got the smokes, the flashes, a hope and a dream, but probably no chance in hell.
Yeah, these are the smokes we saw actually yesterday.
Yep.
Thrown on Cobble. The preemptive wall of smokes from T-spawn that you can throw. And then by the time you get here, they're already bloomed. You don't have to worry about it. And you can overwhelm players like that who decide to get aggressive towards Plat. As Phelps will bring it back. Taco, or Cold has found a gap in that smoke as Phelps pushes through. Cold 0 gonna right-click a flash, full blinds his teammate, but he's going through it anyway. C9 are down to 2 members, but Automatic has found an op, and they're willing to let these smokes dissipate due to the bomb falling where it has.
Automatic's got the op, but it's SK with the boost. And another frag as Cold Zera takes the head of Automatic. Shroud comes up empty-handed. SK secure OT, but a very valiant effort in that round. I mean, they go for those rapid walls of smoke so that by the time they arrive to the site, that wall is already up.
Yep.
You could see how SK were trying to, you know, get through the smoke, but at the same time not get too close to those pistols. And it's within those awkward transitions that Cloud9 can come out with a couple of frags. So all in all, nice stuff from Cloud9. You can't really expect much more when they just have that pistol force. This time, again, it is pistols for the most part. Skadoodle with the 1 AK, and then Tech 9s and a Deeg. Full utility once more. They don't opt into that rapid smoke play, but instead they're just going to try to aggress towards Pit. And that's where Phelps lies in wait.
Yeah, SK have done a lovely job here on the CT side of just making sure Plat's on lock. And even if they let C9 out, they're content to chill behind the smokes. They're content to set up around it. And SK have just done a lovely job on the CT side. As now clock starts to dwindle down. C9 do have some utility. Pistols with a lone AK. And SK are not going to give him an opening towards drop. Content to play outside of it by window like Cold, although he does get tagged, and he will get caught from nothing. So that's an opener. As Fur has to change his focus towards Connector. Gets 2 in that situation, as Stewie is going to be able to clean it up promptly with a man advantage now for C9.
Phelps still from Plat. Trying to fight his way out of this one here. 3 Ts on site. Stewie with the bomb takes him out. Another frag back here from Fallen. It's going to chip at Stewie, but he is still standing. So Fallen gets the chance at a 1 versus 3 with that bomb planted on B. He just jumps wildly through the smoke, and through his flash, he's... No!
Ooh.
Near takes the frag. Stewie saves the day. And Cloud9 keep rolling.
They're still rolling. They should be able to, you know, look at it. AKs across the board with a couple players dropping them over. SKs by. Will be looking all right, although there will be a UMP on Phelps. Taco will have to get a UMP thrown his way as Fallen picks up the op. So SK glue together a buy for now. There's some staples keeping that economy in shambles. At least it's together for now. As SK are looking to try to end this one. Meanwhile, C9 will get a full buy. A full buy that includes everyone on rifles and Skidoo on the op. It's been a bit since we've seen that.
Yeah, they'll need 7 consecutive rounds, though, to force this into OT, so SK get their chance at a full buy here now. Shroud trying to just find a bit of a chance shot through that smoke. Nobody too aggressive from SK. Rather just Taco on the staircase and Phelps by his side. Still keeping 3 players at the B site as SK as they have 2 players pushed advanced on A. So the map control's in their hands. And Cloud9 transition everyone towards B.
Minute 7. Gonna molly down, drop, send a couple players towards Plat Taco. And the peekaboo spot towards box. He's just gonna sit there. As soon as he spots someone, he's gonna ask for a flash. And there it is. So Phelps is gonna throw it, allows Taco to fall towards Broken Wall. But the flash blinds both players. Taco gets the best of this exchange as he'll take care of Shroud and fall back to the site. But Stewie through the smoke finds him, so there is no escape until Fur's nade will land and claim a soul. Let's look at Fur on site though. This gets deadly for C9 as Fur's gonna play around these smokes. Here's the bomb going down, will push through, denies the plant with 30 seconds. Now Skadoodle and Automatic have to fight out of a corner.
Automatic's able to find the first headshot. Ska as well takes one, so it's a 1v1 here from Automatic. Trying to keep Cloud9 alive. Fur, though, will take the kill, and the 16th round goes the way of the Brazilians. They take map 2 after a very strong T-half and an even better CT side.
Well, that was an interesting game. SK coming back after the loss on Cash. Teams exchanging their opponents' map picks. So now James has decided that I'm not doing enough work, so he put me in another role. Now I am a